Fort Benning is a military installation full of soldiers and civilians. A military post is unique in the fact that it has both people and training. If an emergency were to happen, the priority would be to protect the community's people. While Fort Benning recently practiced an emergency response exercise to test just how prepared they are if the worst should happen. Fort Benning is a city within a military installation, and anything can happen with enough people. That's why there are plans in place in case of emergencies, and well, any plan needs to be practiced.
Annually, we were required to conduct an emergency response exercise here on the installation. This year, we're utilizing an active shooter scenario.
Every year, they practice a different scenario, but this year is the active shooter, a high-pressure situation where anything can happen.
He's going to come in for whatever reasons. He's going to start shooting. We're going to have multiple casualties. Law enforcement is going to respond, and then we're going to go from there.
The active shooter scenario was chosen this year, but there are other scenarios they can train for, terrorism and natural disasters, but there is a reason they chose this scenario.
Well, active shooter is something that happens, as you've known in the media, it happens very, very seldom here in the United States and abroad. This is something that is very true and dear to our heart here on the installation because soldiers are our most vital asset. Also, law enforcement trains 3 or 4 times a year to this particular incident.
The scene they walk into is what they've trained for, with soldiers having already been prepared with fake blood and fake wounds. The first responders treat the wounded soldiers.
Relax, put some pressure on it. Relax.
Meanwhile, back at the Emergency Operations Center, the wheels are turning with activity as the Post-Emergency Operations team attempts to control and handle the situation. Between press releases, head counts, and a casualty classification, there are a lot of things to be done even after the incident is over.
And the scene is secure.
We all have plans. We all train throughout the year. This is the main event to bring everyone together. And what this is, it's not just the incident, but we also have an emergency operations center that's been activated. We also have the EOC at the hospital, and the mass casualty event plan is going to be activated. So we're testing plans throughout the installation.
Fort Benning's emergency response exercise went off without a hitch. Between emergency responders and the Emergency Operations Center planning and executing, it's safe to say the post is ready if the worst should happen.